Yo, check it out, I gotta speak the truth about the hardest working small channel in the crypto booth.
Welcome back to a very late morning here on the CryptoFather channel. Today is the 8th of April, and in today's video I'll be talking about daily crypto prices plummet, strategies, $6 billion in unrealized losses in the first quarter of this year, a crypto attorney sues to uncover Satoshi Nakamoto's identity, and then some more other articles. Bitcoin on the verge of largest price drawdown of the bull market, an announcement from the White House in regards to the failure of the US dollar. Saylor holds off on Bitcoin buys even though the price is at below $80,000, and Bitcoin shows signs of decoupling from US equities. Some news on ETH drops to 2-year lows amid crypto sell-off, and despite that, whales are scooping up more Ethereum on the daily. But before we dive into all of that, let's have a quick look at the crypto markets. We're presently at $2.5 trillion, $253 billion in trading volume. That spiked up on the sale of everything. Bitcoin at $79,000. I was talking about that. I was literally talking about that just as I predicted. Yes, I know we've heard that line before, but I literally had this planned out. If you look at them, we're going to look at the charts in a little bit. And I think the bottom is in. We've recovered the $73,000 mark, and I think we're back on track to recovery from here on out. We may not see massive pumps going up into the skylight, but I think we're safe. It's not going to drop any further than this, although the likes of Gareth Soloway still holds that there's going to be more drawback. Ethereum, $1,500. BNB 552, Solana dropped below $100 first time in a very long time. Cardano at 59 cents, Toncoin at $3.12, Litecoin at $72. What a sale, what a deal. Picoin on the 31st place at 60 cents. And a quick look at Meowcoin. Meowcoin has dipped a little bit. Market cap dropped below 600,000 at $560,000. And on my extremely messy desk with my coffee in place right here, so not quite yet actually, so we've got a recovery here. Bitcoin didn't go all the way down to $73,000, it appears. We've got the marked recovery here at $73,000. Bitcoin dipped all the way down to 74,500, so we could still see a little retracement all the way down to 73. If Bitcoin did go down all the way down here into this area here, and then that would be 100% recovery, I think, and we wouldn't see any further downturns. But I mean, this is pretty close, so we could still see further retracement on this within this area, but we may not. So, and this is what I was talking about for months now, or maybe not months, but for a long time. And like I said, this was unclaimed land that was going to be reclaimed, and it has come to fruition. I think I was talking about that somewhere around here when Bitcoin was bouncing around in the 90s. Definitely at around 100,000, 90,000, right around here when Bitcoin was bouncing within this regions. I was talking about the unclaimed land that may be reclaimed, recovered, and it has come to fruition. The daily crypto prices plummet, strategy $6 billion in Q1 unrealized losses. Crypto attorney sues to uncover Satoshi Nakamoto's true identity, which is bizarre, and there's some other quick tidbits. At least 1.6 billion in leveraged crypto positions were liquidated in 24 hours, though the real figure may be higher due to incomplete exchange data. The market is going through a massive downturn. Of course, tariffs and Trump policies have a lot to do with it, but you got to keep in mind that nothing has changed for Bitcoin. The only thing that's changed is the money supply that's dumping. The sell-off followed the announcement of historically high US tariffs and related global macroeconomic uncertainty. DeFi users scrambled to protect ETH-backed loans as ETH dropped below 1,500. A whale lost 106 million on a 67,570 ETH position, and even the alleged Zilliqa casino scammers saw a 27.1 million loss on a leveraged bet. Even scammers are getting obliterated. Strategy discloses around 6 billion in Q1 unrealized losses. That's insane. Strategy reported 5.91 billion in unrealized losses on its Bitcoin holdings in the first quarter of 2025, a sharp market downturn driven by macroeconomic pressures. The firm paused Bitcoin purchases between March 31st and April 4th, and they technically should resume. Michael Saylor should resume his Bitcoin buys right now, basically, or maybe he should have had a purchase order set at like $74,000. Maybe Michael Saylor should be watching my channel a lot more. Maybe then he would have had some capital deployed at those levels and scooped up some nice discounts on Bitcoin. Strategy currently holds 528,185 Bitcoin, nearly 3% of the total supply, which is close to the amount that BlackRock is now holding. I think BlackRock is slowly edging towards that same number. There's an attorney who's suing the Homeland Security to uncover Satoshi Nakamoto's true identity. This attorney, James A. Murphy, filed a lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to seek the documents that could reveal the identity of Bitcoin's creator after his FOIA requests went unanswered. Murphy, known as Meta Lawman Online, argues the public deserves to know what the government might know about Satoshi Nakamoto. The lawsuit references a 2019 interview in which DHS Special Agent Rena Sod allegedly claimed to have met 4 individuals involved in Bitcoin's creation, suggesting potential government knowledge of Nakamoto's identity. CZ joins Pakistan Crypto Council as advisor. Former Binance CEO Shashank Zhao has been appointed as a strategic advisor in the Pakistan Crypto Council to support crypto education, infrastructure, and adoption efforts in the nation. That's wild. I mean, why the heck not, right? If they pay you, if the pay is right, why not? And Franklin Templeton leads 8 million seed round for stablecoin startup Cap. A blockchain startup building a yield-generating stablecoin and lending platform raised 8 million in a seed round led by Franklin Templeton. The protocol leverages Ethereum's Eigenlayer and the Mega ETH Layer 2 to enable users to mint CUSD using USDC or USDT, which can then be lent out to institutions for yield while being secured by restaked ETH. Wow, that's convoluted. So you probably would be able to stake your USDC and USDT in exchange for CUSD, and then borrow that out to entities. One analyst says Bitcoin price is close to locking in the deepest correction of this cycle, but how does it compare to previous bull and bear market drawdowns? Well, like I said it before, and like I talked about it on this channel, and I have been for the past few weeks, we've had a correction of 32%, which is not unlike the correction that we've seen in the past. Right here from the all-time high that we had, it was 27%, 28%. The retracement we saw actually between the two peaks in 2024 was that of 54%, followed by a almost 75% retracement into the bear market in 2022, I meant, not 24. So right now we are at a retracement zone of about 30%, which I think is going to hold, and we shouldn't see any further retracement than this. I mean, if Bitcoin breaks this level here at $73,000, then I think we'd be calling for a bear market for sure over those sentiments. But this is another level here, $72,000. So I think this would be the final frontier. If these support levels were to be broken, then it's a bear market for sure. But so I don't think that Bitcoin's going to go there anymore. So we're looking at a 33% retracement, and that's that. But according to CryptoQuant head of research Giulio Moreno, this is one of the deepest retracement drawdowns in the present bull market, or it is on its way to be. In the past, we've had 83%, but this was going again. So these really deep retracements are during shift from the bull to the bear. And during bull markets, we do not see these massive retracement. We usually see 26 in the 20s and 30s, maybe 40s and 50s, but not in the 80% retracements, because like I said, that is a massive bear market indicator. And Bitcoin Archive made a post on Twitter. White House, the reserve function of the dollar has caused persistent currency distortions. You have never needed Bitcoin more than at this moment. On the financial side, the ROR function of the dollar has caused persistent currency distortions and contributed, along with other countries, unfair barriers to trade to unsustainable trade deficits. These trade deficits have decimated our manufacturing sector and many working class families and their communities to facilitate non-Americans trading with each other. Michael Saylor holds off on Bitcoin buys as price falls below 87K. It fell below 80K, so that's interesting. This is an article from yesterday, so it's a very recent read. On April 7th, Strategy declared in a filing with the US Securities and Exchange Commission that it had not made any Bitcoin purchases from March 31st to April 6th. Strategy paused Bitcoin purchases last week amid increased market volatility, which makes no sense because he was buying Bitcoin at $90-something thousand. So why wouldn't he be dropping heaps of cash at prices at $70,000? But according to Saylor, his overall purchase price for Bitcoin is at an average of $67,000 per Bitcoin, which is still pretty decent. Bitcoin shows signs of decoupling from US equities, could reclaim 100K. Bitcoin resilience hints at a structural break from stock market movements. The emerging pattern of independent price action positions Bitcoin towards the $100,000 level. Stocks dipped, gold slipped, but Bitcoin bounced. That's the big story from this week's tariff shakeup. Bitcoin is exhibiting early signs of breaking its correlation with US equities as it remained resilient above $82,000 mark, not so much anymore. During a Friday downturn that erased $2.5 trillion from the S&P 500 index, which is massive amounts of money just getting liquidated. And the rest is pretty much irrelevant because they continue talking, this article continues talking about Bitcoin remaining above 80,000, which it no longer is. It's well below that. So that just went out the window. Some info on ETH. ETH drops to a 2-year lows amid crypto sell-off. ETH is looking rather thinnish. Quick look at the ETH chart. We have broken well below the trend line here. The parallel trend line that I had drawn in Bitcoin and Ethereum is right now at the levels of prices we had in the year 2022. Literally, those are the same prices. ETH has never reclaimed its all-time high. We've never seen a new all-time high. It hasn't even reached its old all-time high, so we're not sure where ETH is going. But Ethereum whales scoop up 60 million as ETH price tumbles to 2023 lows. Ethereum whales have seized the opportunity to buy the dip as ETH crashed to its lowest level since 2023. In just 12 hours, these deep pocket investors poured about 60 million in the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. So some of the wallets are listed here as scooping up nice hefty amounts of ETH and then quickly deposited them the full amount into the Ava lending platform, possibly to earn yield or borrow against the assets. Another wallet identified as this borrowed 8.25 million DAI from Spark Protocol to snap up 5,227 ETH at around $1,570 each. This whale also received 6,924 ETH from a Railgun privacy platform with a stash worth about 11 million, raising speculation on their next move. And a third address deployed 8.13 million in DAI to grab nearly 5,000 ETH at an average price of $1,631. ETH right now is trading at 1,581, so even that dude is in a loss right now. The buying spree marks an opportunistic push from large holders, probably betting on a rebound, which could mean possibly that as soon as we see a rebound on Ethereum to prices that are favorable, they may be selling these assets, these holdings, to repay the debt, the borrowed money of 8.25 million DAI, 8.13 million dollars worth in DAI, and another nice chunk of 42.66 million. But here's some strategy for you to keep in mind. Head on over to DAI from Spark, lend out some DAI and use it to buy Ethereum. Ethereum right now is well below the price, it's around the same price that these wallets have purchased it, $1,580. So that's not a bad price for Ethereum. Provided that it rebounds, you'll be in profit massively. That's it for today's crypto updates. Please make sure to smash the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Do pick up a Descent wallet if you are looking for cryptocurrency wallets. This is one of the best biometric wallets. $30 discount on one, $99 of discounts on two of these, with the ref link below the video from the CryptoFather channel. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you on Wednesday tomorrow. Happy Tuesday. Peace.